There are some women you should not sleep with, no matter how hot they are. Some women are just straight up crazy. It's easy to tell, if you know what to look for, but that requires literally years of experience. If you are new to meeting and dating a lot of women, you'll need to weed out the losers. I will tell you how, and a lot of what I say may sound counterintuitive. I use the term red flag to identify a cue that a woman is crazy, or just not the one for me. The better you get with women, the crazier they get. It's the same thing that happens to hot women. Very beautiful women have the privilege of seeing the worst in men, because men get needy and weird around hot women. The same applies to attractive men. So as you become more skilled and confident with women, you will notice that women become not only more responsive, but also more wanting of your attention, to the point of neediness. You'll have to manage this to a degree, because at some point you'll realize that you are the most amazing man every woman you meet has ever met. But there are some deal breakers. Phone stalkers. If a girl texts you 2 paragraphs, 10 minutes or less, after you exchange numbers, or if she calls you more than 3 times in one day, before your first date, save yourself some time. She has to go. Enough said. Anger, drugs. This red flag might not be readily apparent. You may start to see indications of an anger or drug problem after the 3rd or 4th time hanging out with a woman. But, when you do see it, run for the hills. Some may call it being jaded, but I think that's a soft term for a woman who is very, very angry at men, and often, a woman with that level of anger is very self-centered and has always been that way, hence her inability to keep a man in her life. After this pattern gets repeated a few times, she gets frustrated, like a spoiled child, and cops an attitude cut her off as soon as possible. Drugs can be harder to detect. Here's a shortcut: if she's a stripper, she's into drugs. Most women gradually will talk more and more about their drug habits. I have no moral issue with drugs. Life is hard, and people need to escape in their own way, but when a woman needs to swallow a pill, smoke a plant, drink, or God forbid inject something into her arm to function, that substance will always come before you and her. The drug is God. Nothing is harder to watch than a beautiful person destroy their life with drugs. Run for the hills. She's Mia. I know about the disappearing act because I have done it myself to many women. So, when a woman exhibits the same behavior I have, I know what she's doing. Other men. Here are some signs of the Mia. She returns your calls or texts a day later. She is always out with friends or her cousins. She never specifies an individual she was with. She forgets stories she told you when you bring them up.
Hey, remember when you told me that you went to the zoo last week?
Huh? The zoo? Yeah. The zoo. What about it?
Yeah, I just made that up, liar.
This part is optional. She flakes out a lot and tries to reschedule for 5 days later. The bottom line is, you must value your time and expect the best from the people you let into your life. A pretty face is not enough. Expect more, and you'll get it.